Hey guys, Carl here, Cultivate with Carl, and it is Monday. It's a Monday update, also a milestone update. We've got a lot to discuss today, so let's get to it. So first of all, if you didn't know, coming to you from Zone 9A in South Mississippi, we are in Biloxi, Mississippi, right on the beach. I can see the beach from my house. That is a challenging environment to do gardening because we have a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, a lot of bugs. Last night, after we were settled for the day, looked at the old weather radar, everything was in the clear. I came out here and I hit the entire garden with BT, which is a chemical used to stop worms and caterpillars and stuff from, or not worms, but caterpillars and stuff from eating your plants. And 20 minutes later, a huge thunderstorm blew up and washed everything off. So, not a problem. We're not having any pest pressure signs. There's a gardener down the road for me. He's got the tomato hornworms already, or some form of worm. And I was just trying to get the head of the problem. So, that's okay. Hey, improvise, adapt, overcome. But I did want to run a few numbers before we take the garden tour. We're getting buzzed by the Air Force. So, let's look at a few numbers for the channel. First of all, we've got 20 subscribers. Man, do I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you that's subscribed. We've tallied up in this short period of time since this grow season over 500 views. And whoa, good job. I appreciate y'all. I really started out the channel to record my, garden progress and have fun. I really enjoy doing this. I'm working off of my cell phone with an extended lapel mic and me. There's nobody else. So, well, except for the Squirrel Defense Force, of course. And it looks like the Air Force is going to keep us busy today with airplanes. Yep. Go C-130s. There you go. Sound of freedom. There you go. That's the Hurricane Hunters and their brand new glossy paint job scheme. God love them. I wouldn't fly into a hurricane, I don't think. Anyway, let's talk about some specific viewers. First of all, we got Miss Mule. Miss Mule is a dedicated viewer. She comments on almost all my videos, and she's also the recipient of one of the tomato ICU plants. So, Miss Mule, I hope that tomato's doing good for you. Some of the sisters and brothers are growing pretty good. I'm looking at them now. So hopefully that one's doing you good too. So we got Glennicus. He's a frequent commenter, as long as H. Thompson. He's also a frequent commenter. And then we have B. Ruff is also one of my good commenters. So, hey, if you guys want to, just leave me comments. There's a lot of stuff we talk about. I really want to start branching off and doing some articles, hey, this is how I screwed up. Man, did I screw up the watering of the garden here before too long. You're going to see the symptoms of some of that on my tomato plants. You're also going to need to see the fact that I need to mow. All right, let's run some statistics on the scoreboard for what we've done so far in the garden. Now, normally we wouldn't have planted until Mother's Day, but we took a chance and we planted right after the last frost date. So you'll see we're doing pretty good. We're up and running early. So far, cucumber-wise, we've got 6 slicing cucumbers. We've gotten 18 pickling cucumbers. So I don't see any more today, but I went out yesterday morning. There were none. I came in yesterday afternoon. There were 5. So it's pretty amazing. As far as potato, so that's 6 slicing, 18 pickling. 18 pickling. That's a lot of cucumbers. So potato-wise, we've gotten 8 Nordic Reds. So that was the 6 Nordic Reds out of the bag and the 2 I picked out of the garden yesterday. With the golden potatoes, and I will get the proper name for them when we do the potato video, but the golden ones were at 13 total, and the Kennebecks were at 10 total. As far as squash, 9 straight neck squash and 6 crookneck squash. Now those crookneck squash just started producing maybe a week ago. And I can look over there now. We got a bunch of flowers, and I was just walking through yesterday and saw one hanging off the bottom. Zucchinis, we've had 9 total. 9 pretty good sized ones, and I've already eaten a few of those. Now, on the tomato count, we've lost about 20 tomatoes to blossom end rot. So we have the, you'll see the plant in tomato ICU. It's over there. I took some of the tomatoes off of it, threw it in the compost, blossom and rot. Then one of the other potatoes along the way was doing really well, was heavily loaded down, blossom and rot. And that's my fault for overwatering. And we're going to probably, I'm going to try and do a video to talk about that process of how I discovered I was overwatering and how I think I fixed it. We'll have to see. So there you go. The scoreboard, man, you guys are great. I sure appreciate you. You know, my 20 subs out there, you know, there's channels out there that are like, I got 1 million viewers. I'm happy to have 20. I sure appreciate you guys. So my people who comment frequently, love it 100%. And then we are reaping the benefits of our efforts here. Wait till you see the potato or tomatoes. Wait till you see everything that we've got cooking. And man, it's just going to be one of those great summers. I don't know if I'm able to eat all this stuff by myself. I've already started giving some stuff away so it doesn't go bad. Tonight, we're going to pickle some of those pickling cucumbers. I've never made pickles before. We're going to try and see what that does. So, and eat them one day. All right, so let's get on with the garden tour. It is Monday. It is time for your garden tour, and let's get to it. Okay, today we're going to try everything on the tripod. So here we have the carrot bed. You can see that the Danvers are really big in the back there, and the other carrots, the sweet carrots, are starting to come up and grow a little more. Now, I believe I'm going to pull these this week. I've got some nieces and nephews coming over to help me with the potatoes, and I believe we're going to go ahead and clear out this bed. But one thing I do want to point out right here, I've added a 15 psi pressure regulator to the water system. Made a big difference in how well this works, and I'm not blowing hoses off the irrigation system anymore. So, you know, I don't think we're going to harvest that many carrots. We're going to try this again really hard in the fall when it cools down, and then we'll see. I do hold some hope out for the ones in the back that might be better. So there you have it, the carrot bed. All right, here we go. The pepper bed is kicking. I mean, look right here. Let's see if I can zoom it in right. Look right here. Look at those. Those are my Marconis, big super Marconis. And then down toward the end, oh, seagulls getting it. So it's like Wild Kingdom out here today. So over here, we've got green peppers right there. Right here, this plant right there is an imposter. It is a zucchini plant that has to come out. And then you have jalapeno. Now, something has been munching on this plant, and that's why I was spraying the BT. But everything's starting to grow big. But you can even see over here, right there, we've got a green pepper on that plant. So we're about to be hip deep up in the green peppers. The shishitos in the back there. See if we can zoom in a little bit. The shishitos, man, they are happening right there. They're going to town. So it won't be long before we're picking peppers like crazy. All right, guys, here's the potato bed. And in the potato bed, you can almost just scratch the surface and find potatoes. I did this yesterday and came up with 2 Nordic Reds, just basically moving the dirt to the side. So I really am excited about getting here and digging out potatoes. And of course, it's gonna make a liar out of me while I'm doing it on camera. Oh, nope, here we go. Boop. Just pop them off. There you go. Nordic Red. And that's a good size. It's a Nordic Reds are small potatoes. They're supposed to be that size, and it's perfect. So I'm very excited. I want to get in here and just do this whole bed. There were 3 potatoes right here, just right under the surface. So we're going to get in here and dig out this whole thing and then see what we come up with. So it should be what I'm hoping to be a large crop of potatoes so that we could save some. We're going to save some of these. We're going to make other ones into seedlings for the fall. And then we're going to eat a whole bunch of them because I love potatoes. So there you go. The potato bed. Okay, here we have the cucumber bed, and the cucumbers have gone, the straight eights have gone all the way to the top of the trellis. So I don't know what's going to happen to them or where they're going to travel. Up front here, we have the slicing cucumbers, and then in the middle you have the straight eights, and in the back you have the pickling. Golly, man, I can see another pickling cucumber, and I picked them all yesterday. So we're gonna have fun doing some pickles tonight. Let's take a walk back to the rear. I'm gonna walk you back here with the tripod. This is my favorite view. We got a little leaf damage down there, and I'm not sure what's going on, but we're gonna take care of that guy. We're gonna take care of them right there. We've got some volunteer blackberries that have come in, and that's that. But here's another pickling cucumber. That little fellow wasn't there last night. Right here, little pickling cucumber. And by the time I'm ready to pickle tonight, there's going to be probably several more. I can see one of the straights up front. But man, this is happening. So these cucumbers have done well. I'm pretty happy. I may do some succession planting and start some new ones in case these peter out. So we'll see how long into the summer we can go. The problem with these is normally you'll get your pest pressure will knock them out. So that's it for the cucumbers. Let's go look at the tomatoes. All right, look at this tomato plant, man. Holy cow, look at that right there, dude. Like, these things are gonna be huge. So that's as big, that's like big as your fist there, man. And it's looking good. I've got you know, a whole bunch of fruit on there, and soon those hopefully will be turning so we can harvest them. Okay, here in the pots we've got another zucchini squash, and this was one to help out my zucchini harvest. I had that bag, so we went ahead and got some new soil and put it in there. This is going to be a Hausenator tomato. It's in the little prison cage that I made. But it's growing straight up, doing what tomato plants do. And it's outgrowing its two brothers over here. And I think maybe that's because of the cage. So who knows? But it's going straight up, and hopefully soon we'll be having tomatoes off of these. Now, these three are supposed to be heat summer resistant. So, you know, so hopefully we'll keep them into the summer. I can actually move them around into the shade if we need to, or maybe I'll put in some shade cloth to help them out. So let's take a spin down the old grocery row here. This is what we're going to call the grocery row. We have a lot of things happening, a lot of tomatoes popping. All right, here we go. This is going to be one of the Roma tomatoes. You can see that the tomatoes are oblong, and they look kind of like grapes. So I believe this is going to for sure be one of the Roma tomatoes. I had a few. This one right here appears to be some type of heirloom type. And I've got one fruit on that tree and some flowers. Here we have one of the, this may be the sun gold. That's exactly what this is, sun gold. And if you can see down in there, I've got sun gold. The ones on the bottom are starting to turn, and so we'll be harvesting these pretty soon. But if you can see right here, this discoloration of the leaves, indicator that I was doing too much watering. So I've really significantly cut down the watering, and then lo and behold, nature comes in with a super thunderstorm. This tomato plant right here was the one that suffered the blossom end rot, and I lost about 10 potatoes, or tomatoes, but I believe this is also going to be a Roma. And I don't see, nope, see, still got signs of blossom end rot right there. And I have some calcium sulfate coming in today. I'm going to hit these plants. I hit them yesterday with some liquid fertilizer, but that yellowing through there is indicator of overwatering. But I still have the one plant holding out. I want to say that this is a Kellogg's breakfast tomato. And then here we have the flowers, which are doing great. These things, oops, I'm stuck. The flowers are doing great. Man, they're doing their job and attracting the pollinators to the garden. and they're looking really good. So I don't know how big this thing's gonna get. I don't know if I'm supposed to be trimming it back, but I've been enjoying the flowers, so I'm just gonna let it ride. All right, guys, here we go. Tomato bed. We've got lots of tomatoes popping. These are gonna be Better Boys and Bonnie's Originals. Come around here to this side. The cherry tomatoes are happening. This one, we got one right here. We don't know exactly what kind. This may be a Kellogg's. But here, these are Edox. And we've got them up here, got them down there. This little fella, he's got a little clutch on him. I don't know. This may be, I'm not sure what he is, but man, he's lanky. We've got these, appear to be aromas. And we have some more Edox. We've got these suckers right here, looking good. And then these are going to be some of the Sun Golds. So everything's all wet from the rain. Got these little 2 tomatoes that could coming off of the plant here. These are going to be some form of heirloom. I'm not real sure. But the plant's doing wonderful. The plant's growing up to be an indeterminate. That's my brain tomato there. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. So right here we've got these. These are going to be big. And I believe these are Bonnie's Originals. This was a late plant, so I don't know if he's ever going to do anything. But these are more Bonnie's Originals here. And then over at the end we have some Better Boys. So the dogs are wigging out. Must be because of a lizard or something. So who knows? Let's go over here and check out Tomato ICU in the Strawberry Rescue section. Here was the plant that had the blossom end rot. And let's flip a few. So no more blossom end rot on this one so far. Yep, no more blossom end rot. We give this plant a large dose of calcium and we cut out some of the undergrowth from the bottom. And so it looks to be putting fruit on again pretty well. The strawberries here are doing really well. In fact, I think it was a couple days ago I saw leaves on them, or flowers on them, indicating we're going to get strawberries. And then the one last of the tomatoes, this was the Kellogg's breakfast tomato. And there it sits in its little tomato cage doing its thing. I picked up some rosemary. I'm going to put that in there. Little sprigs. And I think that's about it. Now we got to go hit the, look, there's my shadow. Let's go over here and hit the squash and we'll call this done. Alright guys, here are the squash plants. Everything's going well. There is one bee that is working like quadruple overtime to pollinate all my squash. These are the crookneck squash. Man, look. I just picked these yesterday. And there's 2 more today. Man, we got squash coming out the ears. There's a couple more of the crookneck squash right there. They're going to be teeny weeny. The plants are teeny weeny. Here's the big super hoss. Looks like we're getting ready to get some more straight necks off of this. So hopefully these things will get pollinated soon. And then these plants have finally just started to come around. And these should be zucchinis. And so that's that. So looking good. Let's go take a look over in the compost. Alright, here's one of your tales of tragedy. Here's one of the tomatoes with the blossom end rot. Looks kind of like a UFO. And so it looks perfectly healthy on top, and then you have the rot on the bottom. So, yeah, that's a shame because that would have been a good tomato. And that would have been one of my first tomatoes ready to go. So this bed, that is getting ready to get pushed into here. Then we're going to make a new bed to go into there. And here, we just flipped this a few days ago, and the temperature is just now dropping below 100. So it was at, gosh, I want to say it was at 130 previously, and then we're going to get it up to 150 here for too long. And then last but not least, we got strawberries coming up in the top of the bucket. And then that'll be that. Alright guys, there you have it. The garden tour. We're doing pretty good. I couldn't be happier. We've had several challenges, and we are overcoming them as we speak. So stay tuned for more. The season has just begun. You can see how many tomatoes we have. The potato harvest, I believe, is going to be pretty substantial. And I'm over the top with how well it's all going. So we look to add a couple more beds this summer, and then we're going to grow some stuff into the summer and the fall. So stay with me. If you are watching the channel, please subscribe. I'm going to work on my presentations. They're going to get a little better. And then my content will come up too, as I've been journaling and basically keeping track of all the mistakes I made. So essentially, the kind of the point of this channel is I'm not a professional gardener, so I'm going to make mistakes, and then we can learn from those mistakes. If you watch the professional gardener channels, they grow vegetables all the time, and then they'll show you how to do something. You're going to see here mistakes, and then the path that we took to learn how to fix it, just like with the overwatering problem and some of the bug problems that we're having. So we'll see. Anyway, this is Carl with Cultivate with Carl, and just like always, you need a hobby, might as well be gardening. We'll see you next time. See you next Monday on Cultivate with Carl.